All right, Coach Rell, you were a professional boxer. You know how this whole game works as a professional boxer and now as a decorated trainer. Let's get to Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. I mean, you saw the fight, the first fight. Terence Crawford, he won the fight in dominating fashion. You understand the psyche of fighters, understanding what they deal with outside the ring. In your opinion, as a coach, what's one of the things you would tell your fighter suffering his first loss in the fashion that Errol Spence suffered his first loss?
What I would tell my fighter in that fashion is, it ain't over. It's not over. The way you got there the first time, from being 0-0 as a pro, now you 0-0 as a pro again. We can get back there, but we gotta take our time, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna rush back into a Terence Crawford fight because of the way that we lost that fight. You know what I'm saying? He need to rebuild at 54, at 47, whatever it is, at 60, whatever way he chooses to go to. He need to take his time, rebuild, make sure his psychiatric memory and everything is good, and Errol Spence could be what he once was at 54 or 60, wherever he chooses to go.
Now, if he does that, let's say you give him that advice as a trainer, and then he does take maybe a tune-up before he fights Crawford. Crawford would then be another year older for the most part. Well, do you think that'll help Spence in that sense? Even though he lost in dominating fashion, if Crawford get a little bit older, you know, if that was a scenario.
Father Time ain't never lost a fight, ever. You know what I'm saying? And as these fighters get older, and we seen it with Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins, the old man, taking on these young guys. It's just, not that they was better than Bernard Hopkins, it was just the physicality of these young kids that got over on Bernard Hopkins, and I see the same thing happening to Terence Crawford. But with that being said, I don't see Terence Crawford letting that happen. I think he's smart enough as a fighter and as a person to know he only got a little bit more time in the game. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to get out. If it's Errol Spence, it can be. If not, I'm going to move up, try to make the most money I can, and get out.
So if Terence Crawford don't fight Errol Spence, the question becomes, if he stays at 147 pounds and he got, of course, all the belts because he's unified, do you see him giving the young Boots an opportunity? You know, do you think he'll give Boots an opportunity, man?
Hell no. He's not trying to see Boots, period. He wanted to go to 168 to fight Canelo, 160 to fight somebody, or 154 to fight Charlo. Maybe a fight with the Cactus son, but I doubt it. Ain't no money in that fight. He gonna need another name at the bigger weight classes to catapult what he just made from Errol Spence. If not, it gotta be Errol Spence again at 54.
Well, after the fight, Terence Crawford looked at Jermell Charlo and told him, "You next." Do you see that fight happening since Jermell Charlo did lose to Canelo at a higher weight class? He still got the belts at 54. You think they can actually make that happen?
I do see that happening, but I think it'll be a detriment to the Charlo going up so high, coming back down so low. So everybody say the same thing they said with Earl. It was the weight, it was this, it was that. So I don't know. I would go a different direction if I was Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for your expertise and your time, Coach. Always a pleasure, my brother.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.